AI, okay, so something that is being really trendy the past few months, okay, and it's of course reached some very specific areas such as game development, okay. So actually in the last videos I'm receiving a lot of this type of comments like, okay, it's not great that so many people are turning to AI to think for them, I don't like AI, all those kind of things. So I really wanted to think a little bit about this topic, give you my view as a professional game developer, give you my professional and balanced view about somebody who uses a lot AI. And I actually want to start this with a video that was basically uploaded very recently, at least in the moment of recording this video, which is from another creator with close to 35,000 subscribers. This guy has a lot of indie games published, so he has even, like, I believe, way more experience than I have. And he had created a video, okay, in which he basically created, let's say, a Google Play Store or something similar to a Google Play Store, basically a mobile game marketplace, 100% using AI, okay. And what he said in this video is super amazing. So if we take here the final conclusion, okay, once again, this is what he was able to build, basically this kind of landing page. You can sign in with Google, you can even talk to the developer, and basically here you have the games that are published and all that. So let's say a copy of Google Play Store, super complete. This thing even connects to Google Play in real time. It handles purchasing, even, so it really handles like everything. As you can see here, you basically can copy the name, the link, insert the game title, okay, the Google Play link, and it will automatically fetch the screenshot, for example. So something that is super complete and could be like a platform that you can actually sell. And here he says he spent 2 hours in total. He only been 30 minutes active, okay, basically typing prompts, trying stuff, etc. And Emergent, which is the AI he used, took 90 minutes, okay, to the job. So in 2 hours he was able to do what you've seen. So as you can see, it's pretty amazing, and I really loved what he was mentioning here.
To understand, this isn't about replacing developers. I am still a developer. I made all product decisions. I understood what was being built. I tested everything, but instead of spending a week on infrastructure and code, I spent 30 minutes directing an AI agent to build it for me. This platform is production ready. I could launch.
Well, there it is what he said, and I think is very important. So previously, okay, what we had were technical problems. This was basically, okay, I don't have the skills to do it, but maybe I do have an idea. So for example, this guy had the idea of creating his own marketplace, for example. Okay, he may have the idea, but he may not have the skills to do it. So AI came basically to destroy this, okay? And now the problem is not a technical problem, but it's more a creative problem. This means that I have the skill, let's say, or the tools. I have the skills, the tools, but I may not have the idea of the product. And that's what he said, okay, I still had to have the product idea. I still had to think exactly how the platform would look like, basically what it would contain, what features, etc., what will be interesting for my target audience, all that. So as you can see, the problem is way different, and with AI we now don't have that many technical problems, but we have more of a creative problem, which is way deeper, okay? Because technical problems, in order to, we've seen that they are easily solvable by AI, because we can fail, okay, at fixing a super complicated equation, okay, but AI can't or shouldn't fail at this. A computer should not fail, but we can fail. So these kind of tasks is 100% okay to delegate them to an AI. But tasks that maybe the AI can fail at, which is basically as exactly what he said, creating a product service idea, defining a potential game idea, defining what can work well today in terms of mechanics, because usually, for example, what people do in order to create a high potential game is, okay, they take a look at the 3 most performing games, okay, they try to grab what is working well, basically these squares, and they try to repursue these 3 things into something better, okay, they try to merge different mechanics. Okay, so this is where human work is valuable. Human work is not valuable anymore in the technical problems. It's way more valuable in the creative problems. And why is this? Because who knows us better? Remember that any game, product, service is here to fix a problem, okay? And with games, it may be a little bit ambiguous because, okay, what problem exactly does a game solves? But in this case, it's a pretty elementary problem, which is boredom. And who currently, at least, understands the most about boredom, how it feels to be bored, how you can actually deal with boredom, what do you do when you feel bored? Exactly, humans, okay? And this may sound too philosophical, okay, and it could be. But once again, if you just grab here, literally I will do it with you and tell, okay, ChatGPT or whatever AI you like, create a game idea for me to sell more than $1 million in revenue, okay? Like, it's not gonna be able to do it, okay? So here it will do something like, I don't know, it's gonna try to combine, let's say, viral genres or mechanics such as merge and some kind of idling and roguelike tactical. So it could be, okay? Because it maximizes 3 proven high rotation genres, as I've mentioned, it could be, but the AI doesn't know a lot about human feelings, doesn't know a lot about real humans, okay? Because remember, these AIs are not trained like on humans themselves, are trained on data, and data does not always reflect how humans feel, how humans behave, because we are not rational living creatures, basically. So once again, the huge switch here is that technical problems, it's not that they don't matter anymore, because we'll still have them, because of course AI is not 100% perfect at this, but the problem is kind of switching little by little to more creative problems and more product design problems. So coming back to our initial question here, or point, it's not great so many people are turning to AI to think for them. And once again, this can be your personal point, but connected to all that we have been mentioning, if you do use AI to fix technical problems, it's perfectly good, okay? Because let's say that, okay, you have a budget that will cover 30 days of work. And let's say that you spend 20 days on technical problems. Therefore, you can only spend 10 days on creative problems. And guess what? People, okay, games, products, services, they fix a problem. Okay, that's the main aim. The games that sell the more is because they've been able to deal with boredom the most. They've been able to make players enjoy the most. The same thing with any product or service. I don't know, why is McDonald's so popular? Because it's cheap and you can eat fast. Something that is tasty. It may not be the best thing for your health, but they fixed a problem, a massive problem that people have. That's why they are millionaires. Same thing here. So what I want to say here is that we as customers, we don't care about the technical problems they could have had We don't care about what McDonald's had to do with their employees in the background in order to make everything work together and so that they had the highest revenue possible. We don't care about that. We see the hamburger. We see the final result. Therefore, let's say that people, what they will actually look at, it's not these 20 days that you had to deal with technical problems because you didn't know how to implement X, Y, or Z code. What they will actually take a look at are the creativeness of your project, the creative problems you had to deal with. And this is a key thing because we as developers a lot of times just have to deal with so many problems that are 100% technical problems. But once again, the final consumer won't even know we had to deal with them. So as here this guy did with this platform, he didn't have problems, technical problems at all, okay? He just wanted to try out the concept. If he wants to scale this further, he will have to try out the concept, see if it works, see if there is an actual market that wants this. That's actually what he said in the video. He wanted to try it if there was any kind of potential opportunity. But once again, he's iterating on dealing with creative problems, not on technical problems. He's not saying, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle payments 100% in the platform, or if I will have to hire somebody to do it, or if I'm gonna have to hire a third-party platform to handle payments for me and they will grab 30% of the payments. Okay, it's not anymore on this the focus. So that's really important because if you want it or not, if you like it or not, probably in just a few years, a few months, we don't know how all this is gonna become. And I can really, as a professional developer and somebody that uses a lot AI, I can tell you that probably this is not gonna sound weird at all. But in the near future, how all this is gonna work is that we'll literally have like a screen on the left. Okay, I know why this doesn't work, but okay, there it is. We're gonna have a screen on the left, let's say. Another screen on the right. Right here. On the left, you will have an AI. On the right, you're gonna have the final game. And coming back to technical and creative problems, all technical problems are gonna be handled by the AI, and you are gonna handle all the creative problems. So basically, is there a market for this game? Is it actually fun? What mechanics will actually make it different from other games? You have to have an answer to all these questions, to all these creative problems, drop them to the AI, and the AI will handle that, okay? So that's it, okay? That's my opinion on all this thing of AI. I may be wrong, I may not, I don't know. I believe that this is just a video that is so useful for you to get a different view, okay, or something, at least, because this video was really interesting, okay, at least for me. So that's it, okay? I wanted to share this with you, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.